Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to some Toronto Raptors news. That's right, he stay, he gone. Kawhi Leonard, obviously, people know the story, came to Toronto, brought us a championship, and then unfortunately left for the LA Clippers a few years ago in heartbreaking fashion over free agency into a team that just an unfortunate mistake, we feel like, for Kawhi. That's what all Raptors fans are going to say, given the fact they didn't win a championship, they had their playoff P situation, and now, unfortunately for Kawhi, he's hurt, but we felt like the Raptors could have easily went back-to-back following that year, but I digress on that situation. We're going to get into a lot of hypotheticals in this video, but his buddy Drake, he was just doing some announcing on the Raptors broadcast, or he's in there, talking to Matty D, all the buys, rocking out, but he had a great quote, and something that overjoys any Raptors fan. You're rocking the black and gold OGs merch, obviously, and paying homage to the OVO colors, but he came out and said, Drake reveals that Kawhi Leonard still has feelings for Toronto. The direct quote, I tell you honestly, the one thing about Kawhi that I can tell you the people is whenever I see him, he expresses the utmost gratitude. And he always says how much he misses the fans and the city. Riker, we may as well start it off. When is he signing a contract with Toronto? Is he just going to null and void his extension with the Clippers and come home, or what?
There's going to be a number of people that are furious we're breaking down anything related to Kawhi Leonard. They've banished him from their memory. But the simple fact is, it's great to see Drake back in the booth with Maddie and Leo, or Leo, I guess, as the sideline sort of halftime guy on TSN now, and Jack. And obviously he brings an element of banter. And you're asking, where's Drake running into Kawhi Leonard, who's this elusive mystery man? Well, he just featured in his music video, providing us some of the worst dancing that I've ever seen, on top of a bad song. But we won't get into how mid CLB is. I'll say that you're more of a supporter. I'm more of a Kanye guy. But listen, it is nice to hear.
Good. I'm throwing that out.
Oh, okay, you've come around.
Yeah.
No defense of CLB anymore?
No.
Not even one banger off it. That's the most disappointing part. But
the intro was
I digress.
The intro was fine, but
I don't know. Listen, Drake rapping, he doesn't have a lot to say anymore. That's interesting, right? That's why, to me, Drake is a pop star now. He's a singer. That's a hot take. I just don't want to hear him rap. He raps about the same stuff. It's old. I digress. Ben, it's nice to spite Kawhi Leonard at the very least, right? And not in a mean way, not in an aggressive way, but he clearly left the team on in a fashion that maybe it's karma with how he traded DeMar DeRozan, maybe not, but you'd expect that when the fan base behind you, the franchise is behind you, they give you a key to the city, you just won a championship, you have the same core roster behind you, you'd re-sign. Didn't happen. It's nice to hear that he misses playing with the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. It's nice just to hear it on our ears, our heartbroken ears, with Kawhi Leonard, it's the ex-girlfriend that cuts deep, right? The one you think about before you go to sleep, right? You knew it wasn't going to work out. You knew he was one foot in, 1 foot out, or she, whatever the analogy we're rocking with here. But, just the best. The one that made the best memories. And unfortunately, he ended up leaving, but it's a positive thing there. But, Riker, is there any chance, maybe at the end of his career, especially if the Clippers... Well, they have Paul George. They made the conference finals last year, but unfortunately they had an injury, right? He did re-sign with the Clippers there. Is there any chance in the world at any point he dons a Raptors jersey ever again?
Very unlikely, Ben.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. When somebody goes popular media, you go to LA, you live that lifestyle, it's unlikely you're going to come north of the border. And we can say that. We're from Canada. We know all too well what it's like and how little coverage you get when you're trying to also live a life with sponsorships and luxury and sun and tan girls, etc. But what we could break down quickly, because obviously there's not a lot of proper news in this video, is you did a fabulous video breaking down an alternate history where Kawhi Leonard didn't leave the Toronto Raptors. How about you give us the old synopsis on what happened in that one? That's on Courtside Digest if you're interested in watching. Or is it on Toronto Raptors?
It's on Courtside. It's on Courtside.
It's on court
Yeah,
side.
I'll link it below. I'll put it in the comment section. I'll throw it there.
Put it up, Ben. Put it up. And so what? Give us the Cole's notes on that. What happened in this Ultimate History?
I don't want to spoil too much. It's a quality video, but let's say multiple championships are won for the Raptors, and then weird trades, alternate realities in terms of trade. Paul George and the Warriors, right? LaMelo Ball in different cities, the Ball brothers all team up. Just a wild alternate timeline. I was inspired by Loki. If anyone's seen that show, so yeah, get the Marvel fans. We're just going completely off the rails here, Riker. But one last hypothetical before we really put this, in the midweek before the season where there's not a lot of news happening in this video to bed. If Kawhi Leonard was inserted on the Toronto Raptors team right now, and assuming he was healthy, he didn't have the knee injury, are we championship favorites, or is that what you'd put us at?
If we still had Scotty Barnes?
Yeah, he is just added to this team.
Yeah, if he's just dropped onto this team, you would have to think, right? Yeah. Because Pascal Siakam doesn't need to do anything to prove himself as a second option on a championship team.
He's a championship second option, without a doubt.
He's a championship second option. His stats didn't regress. They improved in some categories, right? People's slander against him was because in a injury or sort of health and safety riddled, away from home, weird.
And injuries.
Yeah, and injuries. He played slightly worse and he couldn't close 6 or 7 games, right? It's unwarranted criticism. So, of course, the Raptors should be among the top of the East if Kawhi Leonard was on this team. Fortunately, he's not. That doesn't matter, though, because we have the new Kawhi Leonard, the new Magic Johnson, the new, on the other side, Precious Adebayo Chua, Kumpo, right? We
Get
have all of these guys. So we're fine in the hands of our new young players, Scotty Barnes, OG, sidestepping, step back, 3-in, going into his deep bag of tricks, hitting step back middies. He's going to be good. Pascal's going to come back. Boucher's going to come back. It's going to be fine for the Raptors.
Yeah, we're going to be good. We had Kawhi on this team. Yeah. So it's like you're creeping her Instagram, right? She comments on one of your photos just out of the blue. You know, you see it, you gotta react to it.
Hey, I know things ended badly, but I just wanted to see how you were doing lately.
I heard you're in a bit of a rut. Here for you.
Walked past your house the other day, had me thinking about old times. What are you up to?
Well,
want to grab a coffee?
Kawhi still has feelings. The feelings are still felt. The ex is posting those feelings, telling a friend to post the cryptic tweets. I don't know. You can feel the pain in our voices, the sadness in our hearts. We wish he stay. The he stay movement. We were heartbroken, but do you know how to fix a bit of heartbreak, Riker?
XXX Tentacion songs.
No. That's the opposite.
That's the go deeper into the darkness.
That's how you take your broken heart and you go way down. But we'll get the balloons playing for some optimism, for some happiness. You can become a channel member. That's right. There's only a couple days left to be a part of the Raptors Digest Fantasy League. You join that superstar tier. That's right. Drake is dancing here. Right, you want to become a part of that superstar tier so you can be guaranteed a spot on the Raptors Digest Fantasy League. Right, lots of fun stuff. We get enough people rocking, Riker might have to bust out 2 leagues. We'll see. There's only a couple spots left. You're guaranteed if you're in the superstar tier. Elite tier, they're trickling in. You have hope, but the superstar tier are guaranteed. But there's that. Subscribe to the channel. We're rocking the merch too. You remember, you also get cheap merch. You get cool emojis. You get a lot of fun stuff happening throughout the year. Check us out on Instagram, the TikTok, all that cool stuff. Riker, puff out that chest and sound us off.
I want to sing XXX, but boy, you took it in a different, more positive direction. So I don't know what artist matches that, upbeat level. Do you have somebody on the off the cuff?
In honor of Freddie Gillespie.
Hey. So I put my hands up playing that song, The Butterfly Flies Away. Cheers.